As the leader of the Booner Pat, I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the f*** up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juice pumping, boys.
Welcome. Crunch Time Sports, Jeff Iafrate and Booner. We're back. It's Monday, December 8th. Another week, another game. Lions, Rams week. This is a big
Come on.
one. This is a big one. It's the biggest game of the year, man. To make the playoffs, we'll talk then. But right now in the regular season, this is big. It's a massive one. We're going to talk about it. We got plenty to get to today, man. Lions made moves. We'll talk around the NFL. We had another weekend where the Lions did not play over the weekend, so Sunday was nice. I talked about it this morning. Got to sit back, watch football. Got to watch Packers-Bears.
Whew.
I like it. You know, I enjoy it. It's fun watching the Lions, obviously, on you get the Sunday feel sometimes, but overall, we can both agree on this. Like, I prefer those primetime slots, Monday and Thursday. I just do. And it's because we work Sundays, so we don't really get to watch any football at all. We really just get to catch Sunday night football. But now, I mean, we had a full day of football we got to watch.
Dude, it's one of the greatest things ever. I know, like, I did hate, I'm not going to lie, like, I'm just to be honest, like, the Thursday night games, because I do work this is like a full-time job, and I work another full-time job. So, like, that late Thursday night until 1 or 2 a.m., getting home, turning back around, getting up at 6, like, it's a grind. But I'll tell you what, it's kind of worth it for, like, a full Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do really enjoy it. Like, I think it was one of the best things, dude. I got home Sunday morning and had just a relaxing day. Like, I honestly didn't do anything. I just laid around, and watched football. It was the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
It was good football, dude. There was good games on, dude. You know what? I enjoy what Josh Allen. I'll tell you what, man. I've said it a million times. That man is so fun to watch play football. He's incredible. And then, like, him playing in the snow and him looking like he's playing in a dome while playing in the snow. It's like quarterbacks just normally don't do that. This guy is just him right, dude. I've never, like, one of my favorite plays in football all time is when a quarterback runs for like a 70-yard touchdown. And Josh Allen turned the heaters on, like, just jets on, boom, and just took off for like 60 yards. It's one of the most incredible things to watch. I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah, I mean, the man.
And you know who else did it? Tyler Shuck did it.
Overcame James Cook. Two fumbles at the goal line.
At the goal line, dude. It's insane. This guy doesn't know how to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, it was bad. They almost.
He's been he had like 4 fumbles in the last 2 weeks. He's been so good this year. Guy just fumbles the rock, dude. He really does. Thank goodness we got Jahmyr Gibbs, who doesn't do that.
Yeah, the Bears game where Caleb missed. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Caleb Williams missed Cole Kmet for the game. Basically, a big touchdown. Threw it late. Watch the replay. If he got that ball out 3 seconds earlier, it was a touchdown.
It was good, yeah. And it was Keyshawn Nixon, who Keyshawn Nixon just talks to everyone, dude. Every week I've watched the Packers, he does not stop talking. He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Like when we was playing the Lions, like he just didn't stop talking.
No,
remember him and J-Mo?
J-Mo was cooking him and still.
He just still was talking.
I mean, this comment is correct. I mean, you technically, you wanted the Packers to win. Not that you hate admitting you're rooting for the Packers, but it did benefit the Lions for the Bears to drop a game because you're still a game up on the Bears. Yep. So you need the Bears to. I went through this morning, all the playoff scenarios. There hasn't been a team to miss the playoffs going 11-6, and
in this new format.
Yeah.
I think it is well in this new format. I know we're going to talk about it later in the show. I think it's also like there's only been one team that's won 10 games that's missed it in the new format as well, which is crazy to think. I didn't realize that. So I think like the goal is like to get to 10. I know we have a whole segment about that later, but
yeah,
I think the Packers though I know a lot of people at my house is like, we got to cheer for the Packers today. Like we need them to win because that we need to catch the Bears. That's the team essentially that you probably have the best chance. And everyone was like the Packers. It's like, it is what it is. Like that's the position we're in. We need Bears losses bad, desperately.
You got to see the Chiefs drop a game there. Travis Kelce. the plays they used to make over the last couple of years, they just can't make. To win games, to close games, they're just not. They just don't look like the same Chiefs. They don't. It's crazy. And I think Travis Kelce, I think he should retire, to be honest. I think the Chiefs need probably a year to kind of retool. I think this is the year they take a dip. They'll be back. You have Patrick Mahomes still in basically his prime. But this Chiefs team, man, it's just like I've been saying it for weeks. They're not the same Chiefs team they once were. And not even once were, because they weren't the same Chiefs team last year and they made the Super Bowl. They're not even that team. They just have so many holes. They just do. They needed Breece Hall at the trade deadline. They didn't get him. They struggle to run the ball. Mahomes is trying to be Superman. And the defense just isn't. They're just slower than they used to be. Chris Jones doesn't look like old Chris Jones. They don't look like the Chiefs. And you saw that against the Texans team, who I firmly believe, man, and I texted the group chat last night, that Texans team is probably, I would say,
defense.
NFL. That's got to be a team where you're like, I do not want to play that team. I want to play this Texans team. You don't want to play a team that has the best defense in the NFL, and on top of that, has a quarterback that we've seen in the past play at a very high level. Like that to me is a dangerous combination. That Texans team,
I agree.
A legit,
it's a scary team.
AFC. Like, they make teams play their game. They make teams play a very ugly game. That's how they beat the Bills. They sacked Josh Allen 8 times. You end up winning the game 21-17 or something. It's 17-14. They make you play this disgusting type of football, and not a lot of teams can hang in that type of football. Still, especially with how they kind of shape up.
I think the Chiefs, honestly, I'll say this. I don't think they end up making the playoffs. I know they have still, they have 6 games with 4 remaining. They essentially have to win out to make the playoffs or have an opportunity. I know in the AFC it's a little easier, but I don't know. It just, dude, I've said for the last 3 or 4 years, and I hate this fact because I feel like I'm always on the wrong side of it. I've been trying to just be like that guy that's like at the beginning of every season. The Chiefs are done this year. Like this. Oh, actually, I said it after the
and then
Eagles
switched.
I did switch, but I said the dynasty's over. Okay, so I'm kind of 50% in. I get a little. I'm gonna go back and clip it. I said the dynasty's over.
What it was? You hedged it. You said
I did.
Over,
I didn't really.
So
I think honestly, what happened was it was more so of I was all in once they lost to the Eagles. I was like dynasty's on. I was all in for about 4 months, and then as the season got closer, I had what is it like when you go to war? Like you have like PTSD. Like I was having PTSD of the years before, me being like, the dynasty's done, and I was like, I can't do this again. So I was like, they're still gonna win. But
I was the opposite. I picked them to win the division, and then I watched them for 3 weeks, and I was like, this team is not the same Chiefs. They're not.
It's weird because I don't think it's Mahomes. Like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Mahomes." Like I think it's kind of similar to like with the Lions a little bit in a sense. Like last night's game, like obviously you go up against a really tough Texans defense, but dude, like they were down going into the game. They were down 3 offensive linemen. They had 3 backups in. First play of the game, their starting left tackle like blows his knee out essentially. So they have 1 starting offensive lineman. And like, you have Patrick Mahomes. And this is like the argument I think what people have with Jared Goff, where it's like he needs an offensive line to be great. It's like, like so does Patrick Mahomes. So does most any quarterback. You can be the greatest of all time. You do need an offensive line to still be, especially if you're going up against a playoff caliber defense like the Texans. You have to be. You see what I'm saying? So
it's like Mahomes in the Super Bowl this year. I mean,
like you need that. It's like Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Like, dude, you can be the greatest ever, but like you need an offensive line to be solid, especially going up against an elite D line. And that's what happened last night, and that's what's happened all year for them. Is they've encountered a lot of injuries. Travis Kelce hasn't. He's looked decent in some games, but like you saw 2 drops yesterday in crunch time. Same with Rashee Rice had dropping the ball multiple times. And it's like, I don't know if it's Mahomes. I think it's just more so like the people around him right now just aren't playing well. Andy Reid, as much as he's one of the greatest coaches of all time, making just terrible decisions. Dude, he was going for it. You guys want to get mad at Dan Campbell for going for it in certain spots? Jeez, dude. Andy Reid last night going for it on like their own 30 multiple times and not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
That and like you lose by 1 score and you give them the ball at the 30-yard line like multiple times. That's insane. Like shout out to the Chiefs defense because they did hold up a lot yesterday, and looked good. But Yeah, I think the Chiefs just dug themselves too big of a hole, man. I don't know. Obviously, last night in the group chats, I was like, Mahomes is done. Like, career's over. But I don't know what I said in flannel. Like, comedy was like, oh, really? Like, obviously, it's a joke and a troll, but like, Mahomes is not, career's not done.
No, it's not Mahomes. It's what's around them. They just don't. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not a good team. They're not a great team. They're not.
No,
they're not. They're just not.
They're just they're
They haven't really beaten good teams this. They haven't beaten any good teams. I've been saying they haven't beaten any good teams this year.
The Lions is about it. Yeah, like that's
it. They lose to the Bills. They lose to the Texans. They lose to the
even the Lions. Like, we're fighting for a playoff spot right now, so it's not like it's not like they're out there beating us that are like a Super Bowl contender at the moment.
The Broncos beat them. They can't beat a good team. I don't know. Yeah, it's just they got a lot of issues going.
Such a weird
Lassiter, by the way. It's my guy.
Yeah,
he's been consistent. He's been
good.
He makes up for the Emmanuel Forbes take. Kamari Lassiter.
Emmanuel's hasn't been bad either, man. I'll give you some credit on that. He's been pretty decent. It's just crazy to me that the Chiefs, like, it's just a weird year, I think, in the NFL as a whole. Like, it feels like the NFL as a whole. I'm not saying it's down, but like the teams that were supposed to be really good, a lot of them are just down and out this year. Like, they don't look like the teams they should be. Going from like the Chiefs to the Ravens to the Lions, one of them, the Bengals is one of them. You could just keep going. There's just a lot of teams that were supposed to be really good this year that have just, I think, just hit a lot of injuries, and as well as just don't look like they're, I don't know. It's just weird, a weird season.
By the way, if you, I can't believe I would have never watched this game if I didn't have some stock in it, but Titans Browns.
I knew you were going to bring that
No
up.
one's watching that game. I watched that game for a reason. I wanted to see Shedeur and Cam Ward. Can I just say, Kevin Stefanski, why would any coach think about this? Like, take away Shedeur, take away Kevin Stefanski. I'd say it's no name and no name. You have a no-name quarterback that has 350 yards, 4 total touchdowns in a game. And you're down 14-0. That no-name quarterback claws you back. You go up, you tie. You go for 2. And by the way, he's the guy who has the hot hand isn't even throwing the football.
Goes Wildcat, dude. That's one of the most ridiculous.
Why? It's not even about a Shedeur thing. That doesn't make sense from a play call standpoint. It's like Jared Goff, and then he's the hot hand. It's like, all right, let's just have J-Mo throw a football. It's like, you put the ball in the guy's hands that's playing well that day. Like, it's not like you got freaking Kyle Allen out there, a quarterback. All due respect, you're like, we gotta just figure something out and be creative. Your quarterback, I don't understand the call. I don't understand. They lost by 2 at the end of the game. Why would you go for 2 right away? That doesn't make sense. Kick the field goal.
Well,
kick the extra point. Kick the extra point.
I think they needed the 2. Wrong? No.
Because they missed I think they missed the first one, and then they needed the 2 at the end of the game to tie the game. I think that's how it went. Because they were chasing.
So he did one of those moves that a lot of coaches do this in the NFL. They go for 2 to start.
The analytical thing.
Yeah. So I don't hate him for that, because a lot of coaches do that, actually. And
I hate it. Not even a Browns thing.
No, I'm with you. I think you just play for the tie and then try and get to OT. I don't care about, but I do think that is really weird. Coaches do it all the time. I think Dan Campbell might have done it at one point. I don't know why they. Man. Yeah, dude. I don't know why they do it, but it is interesting. I will say though, I'll give credit where credit's due. Shedeur looked good. Like, the Browns need to roll, and they announced it today. Actually, they said Shedeur is the starting quarterback the rest of the season, as he should be. He actually looks good. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like the guy's like a.
No, I'm not going to glaze him.
A Pro Bowler or this. I still think he has time to. You want to see a lot more. Like, that was versus the Titans. I know a lot of people are like, well, don't be like it's like the versus the Titans. Well, it was, but the fact that he still went out there and threw for 300 yards, had 4 total touchdowns, like, it's the NFL. It's still an incredible accomplishment. So I want to see him more and more to see what he can do. I think he could develop and actually be a really good quarterback in the NFL. I'll say that based off what I saw yesterday. I will say that.
I wish you would have got the year or at least some of the year. I mean, I wish I would have gotten to see a little more, because he only has a couple games and that's really it. I wish I would have gotten to see more. Because they were always going to stink, bro. It's the Browns. They were always going to stink.
I do think the Browns, in their mind, they were just like, we want to see everyone. And I think, I don't know. I know obviously like Shedeur got the opportunity because Gabriel got hurt and like all these injuries and this. I think they like, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe in the back of their mind, they were like, we want to see everyone at some point this year and see who can really handle it. And I think it's very sure that Shador can handle it. Now it's like, all right, if I was the Browns, I'd say let's give the guy a full offseason, get him some more weapons, right? Like get him some more legit weapons outside of Cherry Chudy. Go out there and get like a Garrett Wilson or go draft a wide receiver in the first round.
Yep.
And get him an offensive line, get him weapons, and let him go through a whole offseason and go into next year with that defense you have in Shador Sanders and try and go to the playoffs, man. I think I would. That's how I would do it if I was them. I really would.
Did you see Dylan Gabriel's wife on TikTok?
Yeah, I mean, I get her side of things. Like she's probably just sticking up for her husband, but it's just like you probably being in the NFL, those are like those moments where it's like you got to know who you are. Like you know what I'm saying?
You can't. Yeah. He's like everyone in that building wants Dylan to start. What about now? How's that work? I mean, what are you talking about?
It's just like it's like being like
Dylan.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But you got to know, like, especially if you're wife, like as a wife or like whatever it is, like, dude, me and you, we talk about all this. It's like, if you're in the public limelight at any level, like you do have to know, like when you're saying something on social media or you're going out or doing something, like you have to have your head on like your shoulders. You can't just go out and say anything. You have to be aware. She's very unaware. Yeah. And I'm shocked. Like, I'm like, how is Dylan not like spoken with her? Hey, we can't be out there saying like delete or you have to know. Like you too. You have to know. Yeah. I'm not saying no one should have an opinion, but it's like
that's
read the room. Yeah, read the room, man.
That's self-awareness. You know, I think
9 looked good too. Let's just throw that out there. 9.
Oh, 9. Yeah, you know what I'll say? Objectively, his best game of the year.
Yeah, he's had. I was thinking about this like last night after he had that game. Like, he's had some bad games, and a lot of people are comparing him and like to what's his name, Jamarcus Russell, like his stats. Dude, like first off, I could take Peyton Manning's first like 9 games to compare him to Jamarcus Russell. They're probably worse.
Yeah, that's
like,
a late. I hate that they do it to everyone.
I think it's worse.
The thing is over.
I think it's more so like Jamarcus Russell probably didn't have like these massive games. Like go look at JJ. Like he's had 2 or 3 games where it's like, okay, there is something to work with. Like yesterday, there was the game versus the second half versus the Bears, the comeback, the game versus the Lions. Like he has had a couple games where like that's a starter in the NFL. Like he can be a franchise guy. It's just he doesn't do that every week. He does it like once every 2 weeks.
He needs another year. He needs another year. He's
yeah. I think that's why I said just let him play this year out. Let him play it out.
Yeah. Let him play. Don't mess with it. Let him play. And that, you know, that's why I thought the Vikings would have a down year, because I thought that this would be kind of the like year of JJ learning. And then maybe next year, you never know. Maybe he takes a year. What would it be? year 3, but year 2 as a starter, like take a jump. He has he has, as much as I give you shit, like he has the tools. He has a great.
He can make throws. He's
just, there's things that I think he, you know, I think it just comes with being an expert. He has weapons too, man. Like, you know, that's where it's like, to be fair, and I'm not blaming Michigan, but he just didn't have a lot of reps in his college career. Like he wasn't.
Then his rookie year last year, he had 0 reps. He got hurt right away.
You know what I'm saying? I just think he, you know, he just didn't have a lot of reps. So he's not like a project, but he needs more time. He needs like another year, and we'll see if he's got it or not. I will say, what else did I want to mention? Oh, by the way, before we move on, because we got to get into Chris Mahogany and you know, line signed to safety. I did want to ask you did you watch the Broncos Raiders, the end of that game?
Yeah, no. So I didn't watch it. I obviously I heard what happened because of the Dave thing, which
isn't that odd though?
It is. So Pete Carroll actually explained it, and someone asked him about it in the press conference today. Makes a lot of sense. I get where Dave's coming from. Obviously, probably shouldn't say murder the guy. Like I if you watch Dave his whole career, you know he's just not serious about all that. It's all a joke. But I see why people would be offended,
because they were 8.5-point favorits and they kicked the field goal. They lose by 7.
And like where they just like could have just probably tried to get a touchdown or just knee it. Pete Carroll did have a good thought. He said, I think there was like 7 or 8 seconds or 5 seconds or whatever it was. He thought that the refs were going to put a couple seconds on the clock. And his thought process was kick a field goal, get it a 1-possession game, onside kick, get the ball back, and take a shot at the end zone to try to tie it or win the game, whatever it was. I don't know what the score was. So that was his thought. He was like, I was just trying to put my team in the best position to win. He said when they sent the field goal unit out there that the refs didn't put the enough time back on the clock. He thought that if
So they had to kick it at that point. They just
Yeah, he was just like, at this point, it was just like, let's kick it and compete, and then whatever. Like, there was no point at that point. But that was his thought process, was he thought they were going to add 2 or 3 seconds on the clock, which would have made it to where they could have potentially onside kicked, try to get the ball with like a second left, and then take a shot at the end zone.
People were saying Vegas got involved and all
yeah,
this.
it made sense. And when he broke it down, dude, I was like, okay, I do get it. Because there have been moments too where coaches do kick field goals and they don't explain it after. I've seen it in college, and in college is a weird one, because like I do believe that there are, this is going to sound crazy, I believe there are mob like affiliates in college, like players, coaches. I think there's money getting thrown around when it comes to like mafia, and I do, especially after now, the stuff with Chauncey and all that. Me and you have heard stories in regards to that. Like, you're sitting there going, okay, like players do get offered, coaches do get offered, and then you do see stuff in college where you're like, it's interesting. But yesterday, actually, Pete Carroll explained it, which it made sense.
Makes sense from Pete Carroll's standpoint. It was just more interesting the other way, but it makes too much sense what Pete said, so that's fair. Dan Campbell. That was
so. I mean,
yeah, no, it was bad. And all the money people had on 8.5 is just I think it's hilarious.
I would have been mad too, dude. I would have been so mad if that was me. Fuming. If that was like my last leg of a parlay. Oh my Lord.
Well, I'll tell you what. Some good news today from Dan Campbell. Christian Mahogany, the starting guard for the Detroit Lions, they're going to give him a go at practice this week. See if he can work his way back. I think he'll have a 21-day window.
Yep.
So to get back officially, so they'll at least try to work him in this week. So if he is feeling good, he should be good in 2-3 weeks max. So that's a start. Now, we'll see where Miles Frazier is in 2-3 weeks. I want to see where Miles Frazier is in 2-3 weeks. Maybe you got to compete with big Miles Frazier. He's looking, because he obviously had the penalties. He didn't have an elite game. He made mistakes, but I think give him a couple weeks. He could be. I don't know if Christian Mahogany's spot's safe. The guy started in like 4 games, 5 games, or whatever, 6 games. It's like, are we just going to say that's his spot right now? Like, come back, we'll see where you're at.
Maybe
got to take it back.
I think it might be. Just
hey, Ratledge, on the other hand, that's his spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he earned that. He's started all year. I don't know, man. I think Miles Frazier give him a little bit of run of his money. I don't know, man.
I mean, come on, dude. You
might
Frazier. Be right. I am pumped up to see Christian Mahogany back. I am. I'm fired up. I thought he was going to be like a January return. If we go to the playoffs,
I was like kind of shocked too when I heard it today. I was shocked.
But I saw a video last week. Someone put a video out of him like working on the side at practice, and he looked like he was kind of actually in a really good spot. And then obviously the comments today come out, and it's like, wait a second, Christian Mahogany really might be back soon, which I think that's huge for the Lions. I know we have an offensive line segment later today, man, and we're going to talk about that, dude. But like, that's massive. Just options, Jeff. I mean, right now, you were going Tristan Colon. And I'm nothing against Tristan Colon, but I mean, he was on the practice squad, I think, at one point.
It's guard by committee. We talked
about practice squad guys, dude. What?
Guard by committee. It's a new thing in the NFL.
Guard by committee, dude. Oh my Lord. Dude, it's not even guard by committee. It's like every single Lions is positioned by committee right now. Safety by committee, corner by committee.
Well, yeah, it's funny you say
linebacker
that.
by committee, quarterback by committee.
They brought in a vet. Here we go. It's like last year. Nah, I shouldn't say that. It's not quite like last year with all the injuries, but they're bringing in some guys off the streets. DeMonte Kazee, safety, free agent safety. They are signing him.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I'm not familiar with my guy.
He's older. He's 32 years old. He's been he's had a pretty good career. I mean, you look at it in the NFL, if you have he's had 8 years, 9 years in the league.
Yeah.
He's just not, I'm just being honest. He's not, I'll say this. They met with another safety who was a part of the Rams, John Johnson. Remember him?
Yep.
I like him more. And I don't know what's going on with him. He's been good. He's 29. He's a little younger. He's had turnovers in his career. I don't know what's going on with John Johnson. John Johnson. That's how I know of John Johnson. I think the third.
Yep, the third.
I love John Johnson. If you watch those Rams teams, I know ETN knows him. He's but But yeah, because he's just, he's solid. I like what Schiff said. That's pretty much what he is. He's solid. Probably get burned a couple times. Is he Arthur Millette? I don't know. Maybe he comes in. Maybe Arthur Millette had a pick. He wasn't too bad. He wasn't a guy that I expected to make a bunch of plays. Maybe because he could do that.
I'm interested too. Like Schiff just put it in. I actually just tweeted out from Crunch Time like an hour.
That's what I wanted to ask you too.
The Justin Simmons thing. I can't wrap my head around why they didn't go after him. I don't know. Like my thought process. I don't know if was he free safety. I don't know why they didn't even bring him in for a visit. I saw that I think he went on a visit to the Texans today, and the Texans don't need him, but they're looking to add him. Right. And it looks like he potentially could be going to the Houston Texans, which that defense adding Justin Simmons, that's ridiculous. So I don't know why the Lions wouldn't go all in to bring in Justin Simmons. I have no clue if there's like he doesn't want to come to Detroit. I have no clue, but that feels like that should have been priority number one, if I'm being honest. Like you just lost an all-pro safety in Brian Branch for the season. I don't know. And by the way, hot take. When do you think, first off, before I do my hot take, when do you think Brian Branch returns?
I would say with it, because Achilles used to be, if this was like 5 years ago, probably the middle of next season, or maybe
think it's by next season,
late next season. But now, maybe mid next season, something like that.
Hot take: Brian Branch last season is next year. He's done in Detroit. Coming off an Achilles, I don't see a world where you're like, yeah, let's re-sign him. Either that or it's a cheaper contract extension, but he's not going to be a max deal guy. And you're probably going to draft a safety or sign one in a free agency. But like, I hate to say it, but like that changed the trajectory of Brian Branch in Detroit. And I hate it because I love Brian Branch. I think it's just kind of a fact. That's such a big injury, dude. I saw someone tweet it out. I can't remember who it was, so I apologize. But someone tweeted out, was like Achilles is like a fast twitch injury. That's Brian Branch. It's like him, like his reactions, how hard he hits, like that's Brian Branch. I don't know how much it's going to affect him in today's world with how you can recover and doctors, but feels like a very significant one for a guy like Brian Branch. And if you're like looking to be like, hey, like I would be very disappointed, if I'm being honest, in Brad Holmes if he extends him to a max deal. I just don't like coming off that. I would be shocked.
I don't think I think it's again. I think there's Xavier just said. Have they discussed the severity of the tear? I see that's the stuff I don't know. But what
it's a full tear. It's an Achilles tear.
So what I will say to what you just said is an Achilles injury is a big deal. I think with modern medicine, guys can get back and play at a pretty high level depending on rehab and kind of how they handle rehab. I will 1,000% agree that Brad Holmes is every GM, you have to look at an Achilles injury with a year left. I think that's something you have to weigh. You know what I'm saying? It's not about whether Brian will be Brian again. I think he will. I think Brian will still be a good player, but that's something you have to weigh. It's like, if we give this guy a bunch of money, he's coming off an Achilles. That's something you have to think about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when you have Jameer and Jack Campbell and all these different guys you have to pay. That's something that he has to think about. The
problem is, and I think it's a little different, like with Hutch. The problem is Brian Branch, I don't believe, has that 5th year option. So like next year is his final season in Detroit, is his contract. So like with Hutch, you were able to see a little bit like through the offseason coming off a major injury, which again, a fracture of like a fibia is different than like an Achilles. Like those heal, right? And they sometimes come back stronger. And obviously there are maybe some mobility issues when it comes to the bend and all of that. But you were like, for Hutch, with that long-term deal that they signed, like you were able to see him through training camp. You were able to see him for 6-7 weeks, and you're like, all right, let's get a deal done. Like Branch is like his last year is next year. Like if his Achilles has any effect on him getting back, or if it has an effect on him not being able to hide, I just think it's a little irresponsible next year. I know it's so long to look so far out. I just can't like wrap my head and like get stomach to like pay a guy, Kirby Joseph money if he's not fully back to where he was. And it's hard to think because Brian Branch is one of the best safeties in the NFL. But like when you have to start choosing between Sam Laporta, Brian Branch, all these different players, Jameer Gibbs,
little thing is
these things, man, like it matters. I know Sam Laporta's been a little injury prone recently, but when he's healthy, he hasn't had a major injury yet. He I don't what is the one that he has now? Oh, his back.
It's a back injury.
I think there's a question with Brian with Sam with his back. Like, how was that after his after it? So I think it's just these are things that we have to look out for with Brian Branch coming back next year. Same with Sam Laporta with that back injury. These are really big pieces. But dude, you can't be like, hey, we'll give you a max deal coming off an Achilles. That just feels irresponsible. It just feels like you're just here, we'll just give anyone money at this point.
Well, some of the guys that have had major injuries on this team, for example, Hutch was a clean break. That wasn't like a ligament or tendon tear. That was a clean break. That's a little different. The ACL injuries, like Lee McNeil, he was already paid. So that's why it's a little different. I don't know if it would have affected things, but we also it's the same GM that brought Emmanuel Mosley back twice. So, and it's also the same GM that drafted J-Mo with a torn ACL. So, will Brad Holmes, just probably knowing Brad based on his history, is probably like, hey, Brian, this will motivate him more. He'll be a better player from this. I don't know.
Brad's downfall is
he does love
falling in love with his guys, and injuries or not, we love him. We're very loyal.
Yeah,
But it's just dude. You brought Mosley back. Mosley played one game for you, but you just kept
Achilles after the lot. He tore ACLs, I think.
It's the same Josh Pascal, these guys that just get hurt. Yes, you love your guys, and I get it. I do respect the loyalty side of things, but dude, at some point, when we talk about these big deals, man, you can't re-sign everyone at those high deals. You cannot. You're gonna have to draft and replace. When guys get major injuries like this, feels like it's an easier decision to choose, hey, who we draft and replace. And if I had, Jeff, a year ago, if you're like Booner, pick one that you want to extend, Brian Branch might have been my number one. I think he's that good. That's just
it's tough because you just need to report. This past week. Jahmyr Gibbs, they want to extend him. It's already it came out, and it's already been. Ian Rappaport is that's who they want to extend. Well, there's some money. Jack Campbell, there's no question. Okay, now we're 2 of 4. You ain't getting it. Money's
running out quick, man.
Yeah, money's running out quick. And I think Brian will be fine ultimately. I don't know. Again, I don't. He's a player that doesn't really. He's not like a 4-4 guy. He's not like he relies on speed as much as he does feel. He's got a great feel for the game. So I think that's what he plays with. He plays with the mind, the head. So I think literally the head. He plays with the head. So long term, I don't think he'll be affected athletically. It's not like his game relies on athleticism. But yeah, if you're Brad, you definitely take it into consideration.
He said literally he plays with his head.
Plays literally with his head.
That's crazy, dude.
Goes head first.
That's crazy.
Nick P says Kevin Durant returned from an Achilles injury just fine. Yeah, but
I do think it's different. In different sports, different positions. It just depends. Brian might return fine.
Yeah, but
there's a question around it.
Although in basketball, you have way more cardio. As a DB, you have you're backpedaling, you're moving in different directions. I mean, I think it's a lot more 0 to 100, 0 to 100. Basketball is a little more there's flow to it. You're running up and down the court, you're stopping, you're moving. You maybe moving side to side, but Branch plays a position where you're I think you might lean on that Achilles a little more.
Listen, too. I want Brian Branch in Detroit forever. I don't think the guy.
Not that he relies on athleticism, so I think he'll still be fine. But
he has that little fast twitch, man. When I saw
it's not
that
like
tweet,
corner would be way worse if you tore your Achilles as a corner.
For
that's
sure.
difficult because now you're playing corner trying to guard.
There was multiple people this year that did this week that their Achilles. I know Daniel Jones. There was one more, wasn't there?
Daniel Jones, Brian Branch, and then
there was one more player.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, Daniel Jones fractured his leg and he tore his Achilles on the other leg. So
yeah, dude, he walked off the field. Did you see he walked back on the sidelines after too?
He didn't even because when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, his leg, he's overcompensating because of his fractured leg. His Achilles got hurt. No, it's his other leg. That injury luck on that dude. I feel that's tough.
And he was about to get like money this offseason, dude. He was really about to get paid out. He was on a 1-year deal with the Colts, playing well.
Yep.
Feel bad for the guy. I really
now they're
do.
working out Phillip Rivers at 44. So yeah,
it's nuts, dude. By the way, too, I don't want to say it. Never mind. Let's move on. The Eagles are on right now. I saw the ETN, Kevin Patullo.
What do you do?
No, dude, I've just seen multiple plays. I have it on over here on the side. Just like first down, like deep shot to AJ Brown. First down, deep shot to Devontae Smith on another first down. It's just deep shot, deep shot.
Hold on now. Hey, as much as Kevin Patullo deserves he deserves criticism. This week, guess who was involved in that game planning? Nick Sirianni.
Was he?
They announced he's going to work hand in hand with Kevin Patullo. So now they both get blamed. Now you got to go at him too.
They had a punt on the first possession, and they just settled
when Dan
for a
stepped in.
Can I ask you that with like the Dan thing? Because you were someone that's criticized like the last 2 weeks about Dan. And like I thought this last week, I know you brought it up during the stream. So we're going off topic, but I know you brought it up during the stream that you were like it was like really the first possession. I'm not saying you jumped ahead of yourself, but first possession, you're like, I don't like Dan's play calling. Like it's bad. I thought throughout the whole game, the rest of the game versus the Cowboys, I thought Dan actually called a good game. Like I really do. Like I went back and watched a little bit of the offense. I felt that Dan actually had good play calls throughout the whole. Maybe the first couple possessions weren't great, but the last 3 quarters, like, all right, no, Dan's getting this offense down a little bit. Jared was playing decent.
He definitely improved throughout the game.
I think and I don't want, and I know it's easy, like, or it's, it's hard to like have confidence, especially, but I really do think, Jeff, like, and I want to put this in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dan, like, I truly do believe that, like, most coordinators, like for him, it's his first time being like full play caller ever and head coach in his career. Like you could say a couple years ago he did it, but that was when they were 1-6. He still had like, I don't know, I guess you could count that, but he didn't have all offseason to like, this is how I want to go about it. This is it. Like John Morton was the one preparing all offseason in training camp. We saw that hand in hand. Me and you were there watching. I think I argue Dan had a hand in it. I did. Yeah. But what I'm talking about is like deciding the actual play calls. Like, how do I want to approach first down, second, third? Like, this is how I'm going to call it.
You don't think Dan helps him, assists him in some of those areas?
I think he did, but I actually said this in the offseason. Like, I think Dan has this is what we want, but it comes down to John Morton being like, this is what I'm going to call. Like, I don't think Dan had like that time to do that in the offseason through training camp. So I think this is like essentially Dan's like getting to know the guys. And I think if you give him a full offseason, give him these reps, these next 5 or 6 games, I think next year he could do it. I do think there are a lot of positives from Dan calling plays. Give it time.
I'm going to give it the rest of the year. I'm not going to make any decisions now. I think it's still incomplete for me. I don't know if I'm not going to say there's been some things I like, some things I don't like. It's just been inconsistent. So I just want to see more. I mean, they have 4 games left. We'll see. I mean, they have the Rams. Like this week will be another good one. Like, hey, big game, You're facing Sean McVay, it's a great play caller.
Wow.
I still would lean towards hiring an OC, but we'll see.
By the way, fun fact, the Detroit Lions, they just released the viewership for the Cowboys game, Thursday Night Football, 22.18 million peak viewership, the highest ever peak viewership for Thursday Night Football.
The highest ever?
I think that's what it says here.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if that's just specifically on Prime since they've taken over or if that's Thursday night as a whole.
That's insane. I mean, there was a lot on the line. I mean,
yeah.
There was a lot on the line in the game.
Those
and then
Cowboys,
you also have
Lions.
Cowboys, Lions.
Essentially both America's teams if you want to.
Yeah. 2 popular, very popular brand. Obviously the Cowboys, big popular brand, but yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. And the Lions won in the way they did on that night. Now even though, and can we bring this up too? Because it kind of ties into this, because we're going to have a Super Bowl conversation and the path for the playoffs and kind of stuff like, discuss the rest of the season, talk about our confidence, stuff like that. Am I crazy for watching the game on Thursday? And I said this in the post-game show. Am I crazy? And some people would say it. You had all those forced fumbles, interceptions, sacks. They were opportunistic. Are we going back to the bend don't break stuff again, Boone? I feel like we're kind of the last couple weeks. It's kind of been the bend don't break approach again. Is it bad to look at that defensive performance? This is my question, and say, yeah, 30 points, over 400 yards. The turnover, sacks, and forced fumbles are great, but is it fair to still be like, we got to do a little better than that? Maybe not the turnovers, but just not allowing all those yards and points in the second half. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, I actually do think it's fair.
Because I feel bad because it's like they always bring up the forced fumbles. I get it. They did the turnovers. I get all that. But it's like, dude, the last 3 games are averaging 30 points allowed. That's tough.
The first half, I'll say this: the two games before the Cowboys games were terrible. Those weren't even playoff. That wasn't even a playoff defense. The first half of the Dallas Cowboys game, the Detroit Lions defense, that was a Super Bowl defense. The second half of the Detroit Lions Cowboys game, that was a playoff defense. Is that fair? Like, one was a Super Bowl defense, the other one was a playoff, where it was like, hey, like, we'll bend a little bit. We'll force field goals. Oh, we might give up a touchdown here or there. That's how I looked at it in that game, which I'm with you. Like, dude, we've seen it in the past. Like last year, even with like all the injuries, that was a bend don't break defense. It broke versus the Commanders. Like, it broke. There was no like all year long. You're like, hey, bend don't break. Like, these backups, they're doing good. They're finding a way. Aaron Glenn's getting this defense to bend, but they're not breaking, man. And then all of a sudden, it's like once you go up against a good team in prime time,
49ers NFC Championship game.
Yeah, like, you're breaking. So if you want to win a Super Bowl, man, you need a Super Bowl defense. I think there's a big difference between that and a bend don't break. So yeah, I'm with you. Dude, it's just about finding that first half. If Shep could do that have that first half and replicate that every week, and I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, let me get this clear too. I'm not saying you got to hold them to 13 points a game or anything like that, but you can't allow 30 a game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that puts a lot of pressure on we've been through this already, but it's like, you know where they rank? I was looking today. So they're 18th. And remember scoring defense? We used to always talk about this with Aaron Glenn. Give credit to him. They've always been a pretty solid scoring defense. They're 18th in scoring as a scoring defense. 18th. They're 15th in opponent yards a game. They're 14th in opponent points per play. 13th in opponent yards per play. 12th in opponent third down conversion rate. 20th in opponent fourth down conversion rate. 23rd in opponent red zone scoring. And 21st in opponent touchdowns a game. That ain't a defense we talked about in the first half of the year.
No, they looked
top 15 to some of them 20 defense.
Yeah. They just had such a weird stretch of football. And you know what, too? Like, and I love Hutch. I don't know if you saw his post game where Rieger asked him and he had brought up, like, hey, I know you don't, like, you guys have had some games where we're not generating pressure. And, like, I don't know if you heard the comment from Hutch. He was like, well, New York, versus the Giants, I thought we did generate pressure. He's like, I'm pretty sure we did. Like, he was trying to be like, correct him, like, oh, we did versus the Giants. It was like, no, you actually, but it was like for Hutch,
it was
it's like,
good though. It was good.
It was like, but it was like for Hutch, it's like, no, you actually did it. You got a game-winning sack at the very end, but all game you generated nothing, and Jameis Winston threw for 400 yards on you. So it was just like I think some guys in this locker room and coaches have this mindset of like, I thought like a little bit of confidence where it's like, hey, you haven't put it together. Yeah, like you haven't.
Well, what is the stat, man? The Lions are up. They're in the NFL. They're not. Let me get this right. I think they're up there in pressure.
You got this.
They're up there in pressure, but they're last in time to
get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like taking them a long time to get to it, but they're eventually getting to it, which essentially, like, in that sense, it means nothing because you're giving them 3 seconds for routes to develop and all that. But like, oh, it's cool. Like, he's holding on to, it's like the quarterback's just holding on to the ball too long.
That's it.
And it's not you're just getting lucky because quarterbacks are holding on to it. And you're getting
giving quarterbacks 3 seconds, it's like,
you're like one of the worst in the NFL at that. It's come on, man.
Yeah, 4 seconds. It's like, okay, your secondary is gonna get cooked, man. That's just how it goes,
dude. And realistically, the Detroit Lions, they're first in the NFL in points per game at over 30 points per game. They are first in the NFL. We remember, Jeff, like, what did we say? We were like, we would be happy after being, first in the NFL in that stat the last couple of years. We would be head over heels if this offense could do that again. And even if they were top 5 in points per game, because your defense would be able to keep you in some of these games. It is absolutely insane that you are currently first in the NFL at points per game.
Yep.
And you have the records you do. That's shocking. If you are first in the NFL in points per game, you should no doubt make the playoffs. Like, you shouldn't be in a position to not even have that chance. But you're not, dude. Like, and then there's just games where I don't know. Like, it just, I don't know. It's like the Packers game. I go back, like the Packers-Vikings game. There's just times, I think, where you need your defense to hold a team under 20 in the NFL. Like, you just need it. Like, you're in one of those games. Both of those games, your offense puts 24 plus up, and your defense just doesn't hold up. They give up 27. And it's just 30 to the Packers at home.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have that, man. Like, if your offense is going to be the best in the NFL, number one in the NFL, at some point you need your defense to be able to, in those games, step up.
I was looking at this. So the Lions, what do you feel today? Because I think we can say I've seen a lot of, can the Lions make the playoffs? I want to get into what you said earlier in the show. I think there's even though the percentages is about 40 to 50 right now. It's in between there. I don't know the exact number. I think you go 3-1. I'm almost positive. I believe they'll be in the playoffs. I went through it this morning. Things got to kind of go. You pray the 49ers drop some games and collapse, and that would help, obviously. But even if they don't, you could probably find a way in. You just need the Bears to drop to the Packers, maybe lose to the 49ers again. And, there's some wet pathways, but you could be in a scenario where that last game of the year is for it all.
It's going to happen.
And there's a website I use to kind of like pick matchups every week, and then it shows where teams go. And I kept finding myself in the same Lions Bears to make the playoffs. I kept finding myself in these situations.
Yeah, it's a great website.
It feels like that's going to be the scenario.
Can I ask you this?
Storyline guy, I love it.
Can I ask you this? Are you confident that the Lions could beat the Bears twice this year? And then especially on the road, like, gun to head right now. Jeff Iafrate, matchup, Lions on the road versus the Chicago Bears and Ben Johnson. Winner gets the final spot in the wild card. Who are you picking? Gun to head right now.
I would take the Lions. Gun to head, I would take the Lions. I'll say this. The only reason I would do that is because I'm going to pick the more experienced team in that type of situation. Is that fair? The team that's been in big games often. Maybe it looks grim, but I believe in that type of game, like Caleb versus Goff in that type of game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or Aiden versus Montez Sweat. Like, who's playing better? Also coaching. Dan Campbell versus Ben Johnson. Like, I think Ben's a genius, but I think in that type of game, like he knows, I would trust this Lions team in that type of game. And to be honest, I looked at some numbers. This Bears team, like, credit to coaching, they are overachieving. Like, that defense isn't that good.
Oh, they're winning one possession games. That's all it is.
They're just getting turnovers. That's really what it is.
And they're like Caleb's had like a bunch of game winning drives this year. Like, they're just one possession games. They're just figuring it out. They're like not playing great all game. I've watched a couple Bears games. They just don't play great all game. Mm-hmm. And then somehow at the end in the fourth quarter, they have a possession with a chance to win it or a chance to get a stop to win it. And it's a one possession and they just get it done. That's why, like, the Packers, it was shocking. Like, dude, it's shocking to me. Just they had a chance to win the Packers game on the road. And it's like the Packers are supposed to be this big bad, wolves of the NFC North. At home, Caleb, like you said, Caleb was like 2 seconds away from throwing a touchdown pass to win the game. He's been tie it, whatever.
That's another reason why I would pick the Lions right now. Like, he's just been so inconsistent. What would you say? Gun to head. What would you say?
No comment.
Oh,
I don't know.
I mean, it is a divisional game. Like, that's
in Chicago, beating a team twice is already tough.
It's going to be very tough. I'm not saying it won't be.
I would just I gun to head. Yeah, I'd probably just go Lions just because you're right. Experience. I don't even know. Like, let's be honest, dude. We don't know who's going to be healthy. Like,
that's another thing.
There's so many different things come week 18. You're sitting there going, And I'm with you, dude. I do think, like, if we're talking about like path to the playoffs, obviously a lot of people keep tweeting it out like, well, Lions can just win out and get in.
Booner's going to say no comment with a gun to
Would they shoot? Like, what would the guy do? Would he be like, what? He'd kind of be a little taken aback.
Throw the guy in a blender, gun to head. What do you choose? No comment. What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Like, you're basically calling the guy's bluff. Like, no comment.
No, it's fair. I feel like a lot of Lions fans would still be nervous. I bet Bears fans too, man.
Especially just on the road. And I know, like, I'm the one that's tweeted out like Jared on the cold. I don't even think it's just Jared on the cold. I think it's just football in the cold in general. It's like
it sucks.
It's a different game, right? It's not. It's not the same game. It's harder. It's cold. When you get hit, it hurts. Like, there's injuries. I don't know if it comes down to it, dude. I wouldn't be shocked if you even get into that game and you're sitting there and the Bears are favorites to win. You see what I'm saying? It's such an odd, I don't know. But the path to the playoffs, what I was saying before, Lions fans are like tweeting out, like, all they have to do is win out and they're in. Does anyone think this Lions team can just win out?
Yeah, I know.
They looked good. Like, the offense looks good. Dude, they just slip up randomly. Like, the Steelers game, I would be like, Aaron Rodgers, would they just slip up? The Rams, the best team in football, you're going on the road. So,
you know what?
You need some help. You do need some help.
You know what the Lions, and I'm just the messenger. You know what the Lions record is as an away underdog this year? 1-3.
Oh, I don't like that, man.
I hate that one. I hate that. As an away underdog, they're 1-3 this year.
You didn't need that. We didn't need that. But it just, listen, the problem is, and I'm just going to call it spade a spade, dude. If you lose to the Rams, you have to win out or you're out.
Oh, yeah, you have no question.
You have to go 3-0. And you still at that point need help. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I love the win out. It's so funny when people say just win out. It's like, dude, it's like I get it.
They control their own destiny.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Fair.
Fair. But
are you confident in it?
Can we all admit it was fun talking about a Rams loss to the Panthers last week? It was fun. I had a lot of fun being like, hey, look at them. They lost. Then they go out and drop 500 yards or whatever the hell it was on the old Cardinals, which I get it's the Cardinals. But Matthew, another great game, 3 tuds. I don't know how many games he has this year with 3 tuds. I mean, it's got to be like 40. The guy at every game has 3 tuds.
Dude, he's winning MVP. He's winning MVP.
They're playing really good football, man. Like, call me a Glazer. They're playing great football. If it was Joe Schmo quarterbacking, I would say the same thing. They're playing well.
Call me Jay.
Call me Jay. I'm glazing. hey, call me Jay. I'm glazing, man.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, Devontae, dude, like Puka just went for like 2 TDs. It's just now they got your guy, Blake Corum, playing. He's
like
playing
Corum
well.
Breakout game. The guy's incredible, dude. He looked very good.
Him and their handful.
Yeah. And their defense is really good too. Listen, like, is there a chance the Lions win? I think, dude, in the NFL, the underdog money line number, the team that, underdogs that constantly win, where you're like, whoa, 5.5 is that number where you like, hey, a lot of underdogs at 5.5 win outright. Like, that's always been the thing the last few years in the NFL. Lions are 5.5 point underdogs. So take that as you want. But
can they win? Yeah,
for sure. Like, they're going to be in the game. I bet you they're in the game. I agree. It's just
I could see it being not my final score. I'm not saying this is my final score, but like a 7 to 10. Like, if they lose, it'll be like a touchdown, 10-point loss, or maybe.
Can I ask you this?
It ain't going to be like a 2-score loss. I don't see them getting like blown out or anything like that. If they
game-winning drive, can the Detroit Lions defense stop Matthew Stafford in a game-winning drive?
How they're playing right now, I wouldn't have confidence in that.
Game-winning drive, other side. Can the Los Angeles Rams defense stop the Lions offense in a game-winning drive?
They're so inconsistent. I would say
that's why it's tough, man. One possession game, it goes to the Rams.
It depends what offense you're getting that day. If they're playing well, I don't know, man. If they
safety on the field most likely is going to be Avonte Maddox. I don't think fun fact, I don't think
Kirby
Kirby comes
playing.
back, dude. No.
Oh, period. Doesn't come back, period.
I don't know. I mean, why hasn't he yet? Like, obviously, like, dude, he returned to practice last week with the massive brace, they said. Media says he didn't look confident. He was out there making cuts. Wasn't the best, in the media last week in regards to, obviously seemed frustrated. All of a sudden, wasn't at practice the next day after returning with the brace on. So he's just missing for practice again, ruled out, doesn't play. And then all of a sudden, they're just like reports, well, they're confident he returns next week. But it was like, what progress shows, It just, to me, and it's just, this is a nagging thing. It just doesn't seem like this is something that's going to be like, boom, he's going to be, even if he returns, like, is he going to be 100%? No. Remember when he was hurt before, he kept going down and kept having to like limp off the field, essentially, dude. He looked tough. It looks tough.
Now, I will say, Steve said, who won the game last year against the Rams in OT? Well, that was actually David Montgomery and the offense. But David
Montgomery, that was the David Montgomery OT game.
Yeah, he just ran it. And the Rams are better this year, but I will say this, man, like just early thoughts on the game. I'll be talking about this more and more. That Rams secondary, you could pick on it a little bit. You see Michael Wilson?
Sure. Oh, dude had
150 on that.
Yeah.
I don't know what corner he did it on, but whoever the hell it was. I mean, are the Lions going to be able to put up some yards? Yeah. It comes down to like your red zone offense. Can you turn? Are you kicking? Can you get touchdowns? I mean, that's how you're going to have to beat this team. But yeah, I mean, can you put up yards? I think so. I mean, shit, the way Jahmyr Gibbs is playing right now, you got hopefully Amon-Ra feels even better. J-Mo, like, even I know he says a decent amount of that 150 was in garbage time, but like, let's be real here. You confident in Emmanuel Forbes locking up somebody? J-Mo right now?
The problem with the Rams, like, secondary this week is they have J-Mo and Amon-Ra to worry about. You got to guard. Can't guard them both. They won't be able to.
They got good safeties. Like Cam Kitchens is good. He's a stud. Like they got guys that can create turnovers. That defensive line's good.
Miami, the U.
Yeah, he's a dog coming out. Yep. He was from the U. But yeah, that Rams team, man. I'm excited for it. We're going to be at Dog and Pony Show Brewing on Sunday, so in Oak Park. So we'll be talking more about it this week. Shout out to Kyle. So we'll be out there watching the game. I mean, I'm fired up, dude. It's the biggest game until potentially the Bears game at the end, depending if that's for the playoffs. But
yeah,
I'm fired up about it. I mean, I really am.
I think there's a chance. Listen, I know a lot of people don't have confidence. I do think they're going to be in this game. They're going to have an opportunity. This is a playoff game. And if you think this Lions team's a playoff team, you want to at least show that you can compete in it. Whether you win or lose, you want to show you can compete, because once you do get to the playoffs, like, you're going to have to go up against a Rams team, a Seahawks team. These are teams like with really good defenses, just like the Rams, teams that can move the ball down the field. Matthew Stafford, an MVP guy. You're going to have to prove it, right? Like this Sunday is a very, very good, is it litmus test?
Yep, litmus test, yep.
Like it's a good litmus test of where this team really is at. And the thing that Dan Campbell, and this is why, Jeff, like, I think this is such a big test. Like the thing Dan Campbell talks about all the time, you want to be playing your best football in December and January. Guess what the day is? It's December 8th. It's December. Like, you want to start playing their best football now. And if you're not, guess what? You probably won't have a chance to even make the playoffs. That's the position you've put yourself in.
Now, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to get into the offensive line. Taylor Decker's comments to Dave Burkett yesterday, which was massive. It was him discussing retirement and his thoughts on retirement. We have a snippet from that story. But first, let me tell you about our friends from Sleeper. We'll see you in a minute. I've interrupted the video to tell you about our friends over at Sleeper and the new promotion they have going on. A brand new promotion is now live on Sleeper that could be paired with the 100% deposit match promotion that's already been going on. It's a free $20, no deposit required, plus first-time users will also receive 100% deposit match up to $100. Use the code CT Sports. You guys should already be using Sleeper. It's one of the fastest organically growing fantasy platforms in the entire world with millions and millions of active users. They are crushing it. And if your state allows it, you should be using Sleeper Picks. It's a real money product that connects friends over picks. You just choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame live or across different sports. Pick more or less than the predicted stats. And on Sleeper, you can get up to 1,000x payouts. Share with your friends. Get rewarded together. Don't forget, Code CT Sports. Get a $100 deposit up to $100, and you got your free $20 entry. Sleeper is taking care of their customers. Always remember, gamble responsibly. Now let's get back to the video. I've interrupted the show to tell you about our friends over at Prestige Worldwide Vending. State-of-the-art vape vending machines that can boost sales to any venue, business owners, or anyone that has an establishment that customers are coming in and out of. Prestige Worldwide Vending can help not only attract new customers, but keep customers inside your establishment. Nicotine users that leave to go get nicotine, it'll be right in the place they're at. 32-inch touchscreen, customizable advertisement, which is sweet, by the way. Age verification software to scan IDs confirming age, pre-sale if required. You can pay cash, credit, debit, or mobile. Mobile payments are also accepted, and you get paid when they get paid. It's a win-win. You make your customers happy. You make money on the side. And, of course, working with a company like Prestige Worldwide Vending, who is on the up and up, can only benefit your business. Shout out to them for sponsoring the show. Now let's get back to it. All right, let's hear those comments from Taylor Decker when he was speaking to Dave Burkett.
By the way, I didn't even hear this. I had no clue until today, until you put it on prep, that this was a thing that Taylor Decker's commented on retirement. No clue.
Yeah, well, I encourage those to go get a subscription from the Free Press to read the full story. I'm also I love that I can get a snippet, but also people should just go pay the $1 or $2 and read it. I do feel bad that people buy the subscription and then post quotes from the story, so people don't have to buy it.
Can I have a gripe though? Can I give a gripe?
Yeah,
is that I don't know if it was the Free Press. I don't know if it was a different one. I was paying $1, and I don't know what it was, dude. I think you remember this. It was like a year ago, and all of a sudden, dude, I just started getting charged like $30 a month from one of the. I don't know if it was the Free Press or a different one in the city, and I'm like, what's happening? And it just kept going on for months, and I kept trying to cancel it, and they kept charging me like $30 a month. And I like, dude, they ran me through the ringer trying to cancel this thing. They sent me to 5 different people on the phone. They were like, we would love to have you to stay. We'll give you this deal. I'm like, I was told I was only going to have to pay $1 like a month forever. And all of a sudden, like, no one told me or emailed me or told me and said, hey, it's going up. Right. And I got put out of hundreds of bucks because I didn't realize. Maybe it's my fault I didn't realize it, but I was like, dude, what?
Yeah.
That's why and I love all the other guys. Dave Burkett does a good job. All these guys do a good job, but I do enjoy like the Doc's work or like Pride of Detroit because it is free, and I don't have to go through 15 different people to cancel a membership that I was supposed to be paying $1 and I got charged $30 for.
Whatever your preference is. If you like paying they get, Dave does a good job getting like those
exclusives.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. So this is a quote from that article, which you again can go check out the full article to get everything Taylor. But this is what Taylor said when he was talking to Dave Burkett. So Dave asked him the possibility of retirement. He said, like I said, ideally I would play. I would continue to play, but I just need to sit and evaluate. This is not a decision that I want to make now or kind of consider right now because it would be an emotional decision. So you know what I take from this? He didn't say anything, but you know what I take from him saying that, phrasing it like this? He's at least thought about it. He's thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely thinking about it. I said it in a video I posted today on our channel, and this is what I believe. I know you agree with me on this. Do I think there's a chance he'll retire this offseason? Yes, I do. I think the big contingency, in my opinion, 2 things. One, if they make a playoff run where, maybe they're in the NFC Championship game again or something. Or 2, or both of these could happen, Frank comes back. I think if Frank comes back, he's back a year with him. He's playing a year with Frank. But if Frank doesn't come back and they get bounced or they don't make it, I can see Taylor being like, I think I'm done. I think I'm good. He's dealt with so many injuries. Like, I remember I can't remember the reporter who brought it up. I want to give credit. It might have been on Lions Collect. I don't remember who said it, but I remember Taylor used to say, I don't want to leave the game and struggle picking up my daughter. Like, he has so many shoulder issues. He's like, I want to be able to pick up my daughter and not have pain in my shoulder. Like, and you think about all the injuries he's had this year, shoulder, knee. Like, if they're not close and he knows I don't want to say they're not close, but if they don't have a run this year, I can see Taylor being like, you know what, dude? Like, I had a good career. I made a lot of money. Like, I'm good. He's older than Frank. Like, people forget Frank retired. He's older than Frank. And he's had, honestly, I don't want to say that, I don't want to compare injuries. He's had his own amount of injuries too, piling up. You know?
He's, you would argue, I mean, I don't know, you could put them side by side. They're right there with injuries.
Dude, he's
like,
had
Taylor's
a ton
had
of
some,
bad ones.
I was shocked, yeah. And they re-signed him. We were a little, I'm going to say shocked, but remember there was a conversations like, will that extension come for Taylor because of the injuries? I think you're spot on. I think the way that I was going to ask you, I was going to be like, who's Taylor Decker's best friend? Frank Ragnow.
Yeah.
And it was like, in my opinion, if Frank decides next year he doesn't want to come back, I think that would lean more on Taylor potentially hanging it up. And the thing too, like there is going to be a thought process for him at the offseason because they do have the opt-out, and obviously he retires. I don't know how that would affect it, but there is the opt-out for the Lions as well at the end of this season. So I think it's something to keep in the back, I think, of people's minds is, hey, this could happen. I think listen, you know what, again, I hate to pile on because I feel like the last few weeks it's been a lot of negatives when the Lions are still, this roster's still good. The future is still good. One thing Brad has not done, like say Taylor Decker retires this offseason. Guess what you don't have? A contingency plan.
No.
You don't. Like, you don't have another tackle. Like, you try with Giovanni Manu, nothing.
Hey, Giovanni Manu, like Shannon Sharp just said about that tackle, the guard on the Ravens, he cooked him. He's been bad. He's big. He's like Giovanni Manu.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp cooked him. Shannon Sharp said it best. He couldn't block the sun out of his eyes walking outside. That's what Giovanni Manu. He couldn't block the sun out of his eyes.
Yeah. So like
he has not shown anything.
You're banking on them to go get someone in free agency or maybe drafting in the first round of tackle. Like last year, like you could have went Josh Simmons, and Josh Simmons is a starter. He has obviously hurt right now. He's out for the year for the Chiefs, but like he was a legit, really good starter. And, you're going to have to bank on that this offseason because you've tried and you really haven't prioritized that. But you knew, like, at some point, I think, like, dude, as fans, if we're having this conversation as fans and we're calling it out, we're not dumb. Like, Brad's smarter. Like, Brad is smarter than all of us in this sense. How has he not had that conversation or brought in another tackle? I don't know. Like, it is shocking to me a little bit.
Yeah. You can't, like Shannon also said this, you can't be that big and that sorry. Like Giovanni Manu is a big guy. He has all the the tools. And when he's drafted, I'm like, the guy's 6'8", he's 350, all this stuff. You cannot look at Giovanni Manu and feel good. You just can't, based on what he showed you. So if you're Brad Holmes, this offseason, you have to prioritize getting him.
Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry, Jeff.
No, what happened?
Jalen Hurts just threw a pick in the middle of the field to a big fella. A defensive lineman dropped in coverage, threw a pick to him. The big fella starts running it back, fumbles the rock. Jalen Hurts grabs the rock. He fumbles it, and then the Chargers end up getting it.
I'm turning this game on.
It was a big guy touchdown, I'm pretty sure, that turned into a double fumble. I think it was a big guy that caught it, number 91. And then he fumbles it.
Oh, I'm watching it now, yeah.
Jalen Hurts picks it up, fumbles it, and then the Chargers end up getting it. That was incredible. That was insane.
Do the Eagles look just shot mentally? They're just
they look. What did I say like a month ago? Someone told me I was an idiot. I can't remember who. I think it might have been Klotz. Maybe it wasn't Klotz. I don't know.
It might have
been you.
On the good on the Eagles.
I remember I was like, dude, there's something about this Eagles team that it doesn't feel right. Like they're winning, but then when the way they were winning, it was like this just does not feel right. And what did I say? I said it was a ticking time bomb. It was just a matter of time before this team just blew up, and they've lost 3 straight now, 2 or 3 straight, potentially tonight. It's crazy.
I'm telling you, that's what happens when you don't get your OC right. I'm telling you. Like, I think they've waited too long to fire Kevin Patullo. The team clearly on offense they're a disaster. They don't even have belief in themselves on offense. I mean, they just don't. So at that point, you should have already made a move. They should have already.
What did they do that one year? Who did they fire after the OC a couple 2 years ago?
They got rid of him after.
During? Oh, it was after. Okay, that's probably then what they're going to do.
Coordinators that year after, I think. Yeah.
I'm sure that's what happens then.
But if you're Nick Sirianni, man, like you were a play call, take over the play calling. What do you? I mean, maybe he's like the opposite. He just don't want to do it. I can't do it.
Hey, think about this real quick for the Detroit Lions fans. If you want them to get an OC next year, if you're Dan Campbell,
you're gonna beat them out.
You have to get, if you want Brian Dable, if Mike McDaniels gets fired, if you want him, you should try and get, and I'm not saying bring him in to call plays now. Keep your eye open. And if there's a guy out there currently right now that's not working that you want, get him in your building just to like help out. Like, remember how Mike Vrabel was in Cleveland last year, just helping out defensive assistant? If there's someone in the back of your mind, like a Brian or Brian Dable, you get him in the building like this year and you just say, hey, come help out, something you would like. If Mike McDaniels gets fired, you call him right away and just say, hey, want to come work with us for a little bit? I don't know. But you can't let the Eagles go out there. If you're going to hire in this offseason, if you both hire an OC and they get the better one of the two and they end up winning the Super Bowl next year, it's not a good look.
Here's another. I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't know. I don't really know if this is a hot take. If I'm an OC, free agent, I'm going to Lions over the Eagles. Not even.
Yeah, probably.
Instantly. Because I don't want to deal with that shit. Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown beefing.
That's
everyone's
true.
beefing.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that. I'm out. I ain't dealing with
telling
that.
You, give me what's his name in LA, man. LaFleur.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike.
Give me LaFleur. I think he would be a good one.
Yep, I'm with you on that. Give him. Let him call plays, man.
Yeah.
I would take the Lions. You saw Ben Johnson be able to do it. He got a job. You know, I mean, the Eagles have gotten guys jobs, but I don't want to deal with all that crap. Philly fans and all that. Maybe you have a better. Maybe you're like, well, they've won Super Bowl. But yeah, I'd rather coach the Lions if I'm an offensive guy for sure. Gibbs is playing the way he's playing. 1,000%. Now, I will say the thing I said earlier too with the offensive line. I'm very curious if we've mentioned this, what they do with Penei Sewell. There's no way he's your future right tackle if Taylor Decker's done. There's no way, right? Like
you got to move him.
Tristan Wirfs did it. He moved, and he was all pro at both sides.
Wasn't Penei left in Oregon?
He was left his whole career he's been left.
So he's played left, yeah. I think it would be different if he's never played left and he's never been able to, like, you know what I mean? It's a hard adjustment. I'm sure he could easily.
So maybe they should draft like a right tackle. Maybe they're like, all right, Penei, you're playing left. You'll have the whole offseason to convert back if he retires, and we'll draft a right tackle. I'm telling you, man, I don't want to go through a year. You think, and I said this earlier too, man, you think center was bad this year? Imagine having this with your quarterback's blind side. Like Jared almost died in the Bengals game with Giovanni Manu. Imagine that every game.
Do you remember was it Michael Parsons that hit him in the Packers game?
Yeah.
I thought Jared was going to die. He got hit so hard.
Game. At least center, he could see it. He can't see. You can't do that.
It's career ending.
At least right tackle, he could see it. No, you're moving Penei to that left side.
Yeah.
And Weezy says, I don't know if Penei can hold up over there as far as pass pro. No, he can, man. He can hold up.
I think there would be a question about it if he's never played left tackle. Like if it was like he's done it.
He was the best tackle coming out at left tackle.
Yes. And like Miles Frazier left, he could go to right tackle if he really wanted to.
Yeah, he's played both. He's played he's an athlete. I mean, he could play
I still
both.
think first round next year you draft a tackle.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I said tackle, edge, or center. Depends on the player. Maybe there is a first round center, but usually
I think you go tackle. Dude,
yeah,
I really do. I think it's just
a first round thing. You take guys in the first round at
tackle no matter what, dude. And it's like if you don't make the playoffs, guess what? You're going to have a top 15 pick.
Yeah, what's the draft order right now? Draft order. So they are picking 17 right now.
So you have a top 17. I think you go tackle.
Yeah, they're picking 17. The Jets have 2 picks in the top 18. I forgot they have 2 picks. Yeah. Yeah, right now the Giants have the number 1 pick. And they already have a quarterback.
Who do they take?
They could trade out of that if they wanted to trade it.
No,
Someone's going to want it.
Caleb Downs. Add to that defense. You have a good offense.
You could probably get them top 5 if you wanted. I mean, unless you draft them has there ever been a safety number 1 overall? What was Prime? I think he was kind of a corner. He was a corner, but still, he went like top 2, I think. Prime. Proctor. Proctor's a really good one. I think Proctor's projected as a top. I mean, he's projected as a top 20 pick right now. So, I mean, you could get him according to mock drafts.
I just pulled up PFF. They did a mock draft for 2026. Came out today at 10 a.m. Oh, it's our guy. I think we've talked to him before, Trevor Sikkema.
Yep.
He traded up the Los Angeles Rams to the first overall pick. Who do you think they could draft?
The Rams?
To trade up with the Giants for the first overall. Quarterback. Fernando Mendoza.
I was going to say I was going to go, but I was like thinking maybe it's an out of the box type of pick. No, Fernando, yeah.
And then they have Dante Moore, Arvell Reese. Arvell Reese is very good, by the way.
We're going to talk college football. I guess it's a good transition. I think Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know what you're going to say.
I don't know. He's going to win the Heisman. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't feel good. I don't feel good about Fernando Mendoza. I just don't like. If I don't know if I would hate to have the number 1 overall pick this year. I'll say that. I would hate that because you're making a.
Yeah, I don't think there's any quarterbacks in this draft. Typically, like if you're the top 5, you're a franchise that's bad. You're like sitting there hoping like our franchise quarterback is there. I don't know if there's a franchise quarterback in this draft where you're like fully sold on. In my opinion, personally, that I'm fully sold on. I would more so go a skill position. In my opinion, like I would go an edge or something. I don't know. Defense.
Yeah, I'm not saying Fernando's bad.
I don't know.
I'm saying as a number 1 overall pick, like you feel good about that.
No, not at all. You're not confident. If I was a team like that needed a quarterback, franchise quarterback, and I know fans and people hate to hear it, I would trade out and I would push it back 1 more year till next year.
I agree. I mean, I hate hearing that, but
it sucks because it's just not a great quarterback draft class. It's not. It's nothing that you're going to sit there and be like, yep, these are some dudes. But next year is.
Yeah.
Next year is a great quarterback draft class, right? You have a lot of dudes next year coming out. So I think you just got to wait a year.
Yeah, because you have this year. I mean, you have Dante Moore. I think Dante goes back. I don't know. He could.
Me too. If I was Dante, I would go back another year.
But you have like Ty Simpson. You see the game he had against Georgia. Like, I mean, you got he's been pretty good this year. But Fernando Mendoza. I mean,
look up 2027. Can you look 2027 quarterback
Lenore
class?
Sellers, Garrett, Nussmeier. I mean, John Mateer. Let me see. The next 2027. You would have like 2027 would be like Arch, DJ Lagway,
Julian Sayin.
Yeah.
And then Dante Moore, if he stays, I think Dante Moore could stay and win the Heisman next year. If he stays and wins a Heisman, he could be in that draft class.
I think Drew Aller technically is in this one, right? But he's coming off.
Yeah, he's not doing it. I mean, Drew Aller, come on, man.
Yeah, Carson Beck.
Come on, dude.
Yeah,
dude. They have the alternate. They have the alternate broadcast for Monday Night Football tonight. What have you seen this? The cartoon. No. What cartoon? You know they done like SpongeBob.
I just saw it. It just showed.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah, I just saw.
That's kind of elite. Shout out Monsters Inc. Dude.
Yeah, what'd you think of that Ohio State game? Watching that game, I thought Fernando died at the first play or the first like couple plays, and then he came back. He looked like he got destroyed.
That hit that he took he said it too. I think on the McAfee show, he was like that. they were asking him like, dude, like, was that a flat? He's like, dude, I want to take hits. He was like, I know the NFL's turning into, dude. That's why I was like a little. He was like, I know the NFL's turning into an offensive league, protecting the offense. He was like, I don't care. I want to like, it's football. Like I love football. I like hits like that. He's like, it did hurt though. Like it was the worst hit ever. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm so interested in Ohio State. A lot of people think Ohio State's just going to win this thing. I think that, dude, they have such a tough path in the college football playoffs. Like they're going to have to go through Georgia. They're going to have to let me pull up the bracket real quick. But
you're right. If they
go through Georgia potentially, they would get it. They're going to have to go through potential I think a Texas A&M.
Yeah, it would be Texas A&M or Miami, and then Georgia.
Like for them to win, and I actually think do you have a prediction who wins it?
Right now I'm leaning. I like Georgia or Ohio State. I still like Ohio State, but Georgia's they're playing great football at the right time. They're playing some really good football right now. So I don't know. I like Indiana, but I would probably put them.
I'll give you one.
Who?
I think they win it all. Hold on, let me go see what their odds are. You might hate this. Knowing you, maybe not. I think Texas Tech wins it all.
Well, that's another team that's playing really good football. They destroyed BYU, dude.
They're like the only team I think that's top 5 in offense and defense. They're like 3rd in offense, 3rd in defense, where like I believe Ohio State's like 1st in defense, but like maybe 9th or something in offense. I don't know. I saw a stat today. And they had brought up whoever tweeted it had brought up like the team that's won it every year has averaged the highest on the rankings of offense defense, and it's Texas Tech this year.
Tech, right?
Yeah, and I was shocked. Like I was just like, I told you about a month ago. I said Texas Tech. Remember, I was like, I was going to put a bet on a couple teams. Texas Tech was the number 1 team I was going to put a bet on. I was trying to find value and everything, and I took out Ohio State, Indiana, and I was like, I think Texas Tech might end up being that team because they were like plus 1,000 at the time. And then the other one for me was I was going to be Texas A&M, but I don't know about them. They're very on and off. But I think Texas Tech, I think they have a good chance to actually, and they like dominate teams. Like BYU was supposed to be a playoff team, thought they were going to make it, beats them by 21. And they flip a switch, dude. Texas Tech does.
I want to see that Texas Tech and Ohio State matchup.
Dude. They have the 5th odds to win it, plus 800. I might just bet them and just roll with them.
That'd be nice. I mean, that would have to be. I mean, you're talking about that'd be a national championship matchup based on how the bracket is. But still, I like to see Texas Tech and Ohio State. Or Georgia. I want to see Texas Tech against one of those because they could face Indiana to get there. If Indiana holds on, they'd have to go up. They'd have to square up with Texas Tech to get there.
Yeah, because you're going to get Oregon, Texas Tech, probably Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma beats Alabama. I don't know how Alabama got in, by the way.
Yeah, well, okay. That was the big thing. So can I say this? I get this is the tricky thing about like the conference championship games because I watched Joel Klatt talk about this too, and I understand where some people get like pouty. Like Notre Dame was very super pouty about it. Like they're not even playing in a bowl game. They're upset about it. Can we agree though? Like, can Notre Dame just join a freaking conference, dude?
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that.
That shtick's getting old. They're in a conference in every sport but football.
It is weird. Yeah, I don't know why. I have no clue why.
And then Alabama, like I get they have 3 losses. They beat Georgia. They played ranked teams. Like I get it. They have 3 losses. I get it. But they were also they got destroyed. People are saying they got destroyed in the conference game. But it's like, are we going to punish teams for also playing in a conference championship? Like that's why I hate the, committee. It's like there's all these little like it's not consistent all the time. There's these little, the committee looks at different things. But like Notre Dame not being in a conference for sure has something to do with it. And they lost to Miami, which obviously hurts them too. But
I do agree. Like, I think it's hard to I think the argument comes down to it's like, do you want to punish a team for playing in their conference championship game?
That's tough.
No, you don't. But at the same time, if you're going to punish a team for not playing in it, like especially like Vanderbilt, I thought had a good case to get in, but they just didn't have an opportunity to play in the championship game.
Well, Bama beat them.
Yeah, and they had 2 losses, so it's like they got hurt. Like they didn't have the opportunity, so they don't get in because they didn't have an opportunity to showcase one more week. So it's just, I think it's such a weird thing. I think the committee needs to figure it out. I don't know how they can go about it differently, but you do get into like, I do agree. Like Tulane and JMU probably should not be in it. Like they're not a top 12 team. They're not. Like me personally, I'd rather see Notre Dame and Vanderbilt in there. But even like for Vandy, Vandy wasn't even like the playoff committee didn't even have like they had multiple teams above Vandy. They had Texas above Vandy, which is just weird to me because I know Texas beat Vandy straight up. Texas had 3 losses and Vandy had 2. Like you should never, if you have 2 losses, it just should never happen that way. But like I just don't think like they need to change it. It needs to be the top 12 teams that get in. Honestly, they need to just be like top 12 teams in the AP poll are in, and we'll make the bracket. That'll be our job. But there should be no world.
I know
there should be no world. Like, dude, every 2-loss team. How many 2-loss teams are there in college football?
I don't like the fact that I get it. Like, oh, they won their conference, or you have 2 teams. You have Tulane and JMU. They are double-digit dogs, dude. And
dude, you have the 20th best team in the AP poll and the 24th. No one wants to see that.
Tulane is a 17.5-point underdog, and JMU is a 21-point underdog
in the college football playoffs. Like, what are you doing?
Playoffs, yeah. Like Notre Dame, dude. If they played Oregon, it would be much, much, much closer than that.
Yes.
You know,
so like it should be
Notre Dame. That's where I will stick up for Notre Dame.
I agree. It should be Notre Dame versus Oregon, and it should be Vanderbilt versus Ole Miss. Like that should be the matchup. That's like everyone wants to watch that. That is like if you're trying to figure out the national champion, the best 12 teams should be in, and that should be it.
Yep.
It shouldn't be anything else. Like it should be the best 12 teams to figure out the national. We didn't like. I don't think the reason they expanded to 12 teams was to give more of these random schools opportunities. If you have a top 12 team in the country, you're in. Compete for a national championship. We're not giving the 20th best team an opportunity, the 24th. You know what I'm saying? Because then what happens with like all these other teams? Like Michigan's ranked above both of those teams. If Michigan played Tulane and JMU, they're probably winning. Like Virginia's ranked above all of them. Arizona, USC, Utah, like those teams they have better teams. They're ranked higher, but they're sitting at home while these 2 teams are going in and getting a chance to compete for a national championship.
Because Tulane took down North Texas for the 2nd American Conference title, and now they're the 20th ranked team when they make it in. Like it's
insane, dude. It should never happen. Like I'm sad. I want to see
championship games. They obviously do factor them in, but then they punish BYU. That's where it's weird too. I don't know.
BYU, but the thing is BYU was never getting in. Well, if they won, they were getting in. They were ranked, dude. They were ranked in the college football playoffs like 13th or 14th going into the college, or they weren't in originally. Like last week going in,
they had to win.
They only had 1 loss. They had 1 loss.
Yep.
In the Big 12, like a major conference, you have 1 loss, and they didn't even have them in the bracket last week. That's insane. Since I don't know, dude, it's just such a weird.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I still, it still kind of pisses me. It still is frustrating. I mean, we go through this every single year where teams get butthurt getting left out. It's just, it's like they have that weekly show they do where they break down like the college football playoff rankings. They do like the weekly show stuff. And I think Notre Dame was in it. And then all of a sudden they come out with the rankings and they're not like, and then that's what they're pissed about. Cause they're like, they were saying we were in it and then we're not in it. So now they're like, we're not playing in a bowl game. I do
see on Notre Dame's side where they were like, we were led to believe we were good to go. Because every week they were in it. I do understand that.
I just hate that they're not playing in a bowl game because that punishes like the seniors that don't get to play in another game. Like, like they just don't get to play, and they're like, okay, I guess we're pouting. We're not going to be able to play. Okay.
But like, if I call a spade, you know who shouldn't have gotten in? Notre Dame should have been Miami.
Well, it's tough. They lost head to head.
Yeah, but who cares? Who'd they lose to? I think it's losses. Who'd they lose to?
Yeah, I mean,
they lost to SMU and Louisville.
Yeah. See, there's the other argument.
Yeah, I think you have to look at that like losses, and I know it sucks.
I think they beat Notre Dame. That was at home, right? Yeah, that was at home. They beat.
Yeah, the first game of the season by 3.
Yeah, by 3.
So essentially, what you're saying, it's like week 1 games really count, no matter what. Which is like, come on. Like I think Miami should have been like, I don't know, 13th. They should have been one of the lower ranked Personally, I think.
Yep.
Because Notre Dame's losses were Miami and Texas A&M, 2 teams in there. And they lost by, I mean, this is nuts, dude. How are they not in? They lost 40-40 or 41-40 versus Texas A&M. And they lost 27-24, week 1 and week 2. If they played them again, like now, they probably beat them.
Yeah, who's playing? Yeah, they're playing better football lately.
So you really just aren't putting the best teams in.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, you kind of know now based on how the college football playoffs shaping up. You kind of know who's going to be there. I mean, you kind of know at least who's going to win in round 1. You have a good idea. The game I'm most excited for is Bama Oklahoma again. That'll be a good game. But
who are you taking?
Because they lost. I think they lost to Oklahoma. They've already played them, didn't they? I think Bama lost to them here. Let me check. I could be wrong on that. They lost by 2. That was at home against Oklahoma. To me, that's a coin flip game again. I don't know. Bama looked like trash against Georgia. I mean, they looked really bad. Ty Simpson played like dog shit.
Yeah.
They looked so bad. They lost 28-7, which honestly supports the argument there about them not getting in. I mean, they ran the ball. They had 16 carries as a team for -3 yards mostly because Ty Simpson kept getting sacked. I mean, he was 6 for -28. So they really ran the ball for like 25 yards. They look so bad. So I don't know. Probably right now you'd probably lean Oklahoma.
That's right. I think I would have gone.
Yeah, right now.
Oklahoma.
I mean, they're playing. I mean, Oklahoma's coming off what? Oklahoma beat LSU, Missouri, and Bama their last 3 games. They're playing better football right now. Maybe not offensively, but defensively, that defense is good. They got a great defense. So
want to see Michigan, Texas, baby.
That would be, oh yeah.
I think it's like
now do you see Sherrone Moore? They're not getting rid of any staff members except for the special team. I think they got rid of the special teams guy. That's it. And they're bringing in a quarterback guy to help out Bryce.
I saw someone tweet out today. It might have been Dave Burkett. It was either Dave Burkett or Tony Paul, one of the two. But they tweeted out, and it was a very good point. Why all of a sudden are you bringing in a quarterback coach to work with Bryce? Like, why didn't that happen last year? Why couldn't Sherrone Moore as an offensive guy? Why couldn't the OC, I think it was Tony Paul that tweeted out, I was like, you essentially just wasted a year of Bryce Underwood. Like, obviously he developed and learned, but you all of a sudden you're bringing a guy in now. So how did you not do that this last off season?
That's a good point.
So you just wasted a year of this kid's career.
Like, you thought the guy would just walk on campus and be elite. I mean, which I guess could have happened. I mean, you've seen good true freshmen. He's just he's not ready. He needs to, give him another year. You get him better weapons. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he obviously feels like the play calling's fine. So I don't know.
I don't know, dude. It rattles me a little bit.
When you make a move like that, when you say we're not going to get rid of our OC, we're going to bring in a quarterback coach. What does that tell you? They think it's more on Bryce. They're like, Bryce needs more. He needs more development. They think,
but it's like, how in his freshman year did you have more people in there to help him out?
Why? I don't know.
It's actually shocking. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It's very shocking. You've put him in a bad position year 1. I could see why Bryce would be in the back of his head and maybe be like, I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I cashed out. I got my money. I'm ready to get the.
Yeah, I got my 10 mil.
Ready to get the hell out of here.
But I mean, what is he going to get another 10 mil this year? So by the time he gets to the league, he's already made 30.
Well, Michigan, I mean, they did just get they got some good offensive players, recruiting wise. Yeah, you guys got a 5-star back. You got a 4-star receiver. I mean, you got him some weapons.
Yeah.
So they always have good offensive line. I mean, they have a young offensive line. I think most of them are like freshmen or sophomore. I think they're all young guys up front. So technically, you are helping. You're bringing them in some help. I mean, they're going to be freshmen, but true freshmen.
Transfer portal. How about that? Maybe let's work the transfer portal when that thing opens up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's go get some dudes Let's go find some wide receivers who are, maybe in some tough spots that want to. I don't know. That'd be pretty sick, personally. That'd be cool. I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, you were saying earlier, by the way, I didn't even get to comment on what you said about Ohio State in the game against Indiana. I don't know. Brian Hartline, he posted the video. By the way, I've never seen this. Always happens. This happens every single year. An assistant coach takes a job and then he coaches in a championship game or something, and they lose, and everyone just shits on Brian Hartline. Like he posted the video, South Florida. Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, I'm coming to can't wait to be there," and everyone's just commenting like, "No, we know why the offense sucked or all this stuff." Yada yada yada. I will say the Ohio State's defense is what gives them a chance at winning it. I think if you're, I don't know what's going to go on offensively. I mean, they do. Julian saying, even though he's like what is he, a sophomore / freshman /
he's a sophomore.
Yeah, I was going to say,
and he won Rookie of the Year or Freshman of the Year.
Freshman of the Year, but he's also kind of he's kind of a transfer, but he's also kind of a red shirt. I don't know. He's been in college for 14 years. I don't know what's going on over there, but Klotz would have a better idea. But I don't know.
Klotz was like, me and our Klotz were arguing about it, and he was just like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, Klotz will die on the hill that he's going to be great. He says he has that Joe Burrow in him. He threw another pick to start. It's like the guy has to throw a pick in the first quarter. That's like Julian saying.
Joe Burrow in him is insane. That's
what he says. He got a little bit of Joe Burrow in him.
There's just no way. There's no way.
Hey, Chris says maybe Nick Marsh, Michigan State guy, transfer portal, Marsh.
That would be nice to see him at Michigan.
That's a good pitch. That's a great pitch. I don't know. That'd be tough though. You go from MSU to Michigan. That'd be.
I mean, I think people have done it before. People have gone from Michigan to MSU back.
They can suck it. Yeah.
I think he ends up in like an SEC school. Like a Keon situation.
Or Florida State. You go to Florida State like Keon did. Or you go to LSU with Lane Kiffin.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Go to LSU with Lane
the Michigan stuff, man. I don't know.
Steve-O baby says the heavyweights we're talking about. Who would you choose? Jared Goff or Joe Burrow? How long did that conversation last? Wait, how long was that conversation?
There's no way that they would. I know Easy and Spenny.
I bet
choosing Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, but maybe Nick, shout out Nick Cola. Maybe he was dying on the hill of Jared. I don't know.
I don't even see Nick doing that.
I feel like it's universal. Everyone would just say Joe Burrow.
I don't know who would even say. The only people I think might have said Jared Goff might be. I think there's two people on this planet. I think it would be Stick. Shout out Stick. Love Stick to death.
And Neil.
And I think maybe Neil. I really do.
Neil and Stick, yeah.
Neil, I remember when we were there, like one of his biggest ones was, give me Jared Goff over Josh Allen. I was always like,
don't forget Amon-Ra over Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. But the Josh Allen, Jared Goff one was like eye-opening to me. Like, you're good at it.
I didn't even know he slanders Joe Burrow. You might be right. I didn't know he slandered Joe Burrow. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, maybe it is Neil then. It's a good shtick. Josh Allen or Jared Goff over Josh Allen. It's a good shtick, but I can't. It's not real deep down.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what your argument would be. I don't
talking about MVPs.
The only argument you could make, and it's a bad argument, but I think Neil would only. The only thing he could say is, well, Jared's played in a Super Bowl.
That's it. But like,
what else is there?
Jared's had his weapons have been 100 times better. Josh Allen's never had. Josh Allen's best weapon isn't as good as Jared Goff's worst currently.
And Joe Burrow.
Khalil Shakir would be wide receiver 3 on this team.
Yes.
James Cook would be running back 2. Dalton Kincaid would be tight end 2. Pretty good, right? Like,
yeah, Joe. There's no one that's done more with less than I think Josh Allen. You put like Lamar always does more with less. He never has receivers. But Josh Allen's up there he's one of those guys.
Lamar is dead.
Well, now he's dead, but I'm saying usually
we were going to do the overreaction or no.
Let's do it.
Lamar Jackson is over. He's done. Career. Now I'm going to say his career, he will never win an MVP. He does not look like Lamar Jackson anymore. at all. And it's not like he doesn't have weapons or anything. Like he's got Zay, he's got Derek, he's got Mark Andrews, he's got Isaiah Likely. He's just playing so bad, dude. It's like
he has
sad to watch.
He has 1 touchdown and 4 picks in the last 4 weeks.
It's so sad to watch. I was watching the game, dude, versus Steelers. It's genuinely like I'm like, man, this is upsetting. It's got 2-time MVP. He does not look like an MVP. Overreaction or no?
I think it's an overreaction. But I because you know what the reason why I say that is because I think his first, because what did he missed what? He missed like a couple weeks, I think it was like 2 weeks or something like that, 2-3 weeks. Before that stretch, he was playing good football. I mean, he started the year, what was this? 10 touchdowns, he started the year 14 touchdowns to 1 pick, 15 to 1 pick.
Yeah.
And he's just came back from injury and he's looked like ass. So I think he's just hurt. I don't know. And you see their offensive line, by the way.
He's healthy. I think he's not hurt anymore.
Well,
he's
he
just
was
not
on the
playing
injury
well.
report last week.
I don't know, dude.
Hamstring.
Just watching him the last couple of weeks, it has just not looked. It's looked bad. It really has.
Yeah, he's struggling over the last. He's struggling. I mean,
and I think Lamar's really good, dude. He can't run. He hasn't been running the ball well. He got his like first rushing touchdown, first one in like 8 games yesterday.
Dude, they're
insane.
That guy I was telling you about, that Shannon Sharp roast, it's Falele. You remember that guy, Falele or Daniel Falele? He's like 6'8", 340, and he's their guard. He was a tackle that plays guard. He drafted him out of Minnesota. I remember because I was like, this guy is massive. He might be the worst. He might be the worst offensive lineman in the entire NFL. He starts on their offensive line. When the Lions sacked him 7 times, now it makes sense. This guy, I just saw a clip on Twitter today, and they went through every snap, and they were, oh gosh, it was so funny. They were just playing every snap of his in the game against the Steelers. This dude doesn't block anybody. Like he looks like Giovanni Manu out there. And Lamar, he was so mad. Lamar yelled at this dude. Usually as a quarterback, and I think Shannon Sharp brought this up, was a good point. Usually as a quarterback, you don't single out an offensive line. Usually you like call, hey guys, we got to play better. Lamar literally went up to this dude and was yelling at him like on the field. Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I did not know this.
Yeah, I know. Ravens fans want that man, Dave Portnoy. I'll just say that they want what Dave Portnoy said about Pete Carroll. That's what they want on this Daniel Falele guy. So the Ravens just don't have a good team. Honestly, they're just not good. I can't believe. I feel this is on me. I said before the year, this is where I'm fully accountable with things I say. I said before the year, the Ravens had one of the best rosters in the NFL. I'm an idiot. They are far from it.
I thought they had the best going into the year.
Their offense is overrated. Offensive line sucks. And their defense sucks.
I thought, well, on paper, I think, like, arguably on paper going into the season, you could have argued that. I think we did. I think as a show, we were like this Ravens team. They felt like they built their defense up. They had the right draft picks. They brought in the right guys. Offensively, you bring DeAndre Hopkins in. You know, you have two really good tight ends. You have Derrick Henry. The old line, I thought maybe they're just beat up right now. I don't know, but. By the way, 6 turnovers in the first half of this football game. 6.
You know who leads their team in sacks? Mike Green. He has 2.5.
That's insane.
Dude, I've never seen
that's not a Ravens defense. Ravens always have a good defense too.
Dude, Mike Green. Shout out Mike Green, dude. You lead the team in sacks with 2.5. That is like we complain about the Lions, but they can't do a thing. They can't do it. They can't do a thing. I mean, they suck. They suck. Calvin only has 2 sacks.
It is insane just to think of the NFL right now, just how it is. It's
it's one of those years.
Very weird.
Where I think the like I was talking about this earlier on the show this morning. I think the NFL is very wide open. I would still say the Rams are favorites, but it is a weird year. All the typical teams that are there and always in the conversation are just not. They don't look as good. Like even the Bills. Josh Allen, he's superhero. He's a superhero. But that defense, man,
they have 9 wins.
Yeah, but their defense
think,
this year has been
right?
shaky all year. They didn't give him weapons like this. I think it speaks to how good Josh Allen is how good they are. Like Josh Allen's like putting in work this year.
Dude,
But
Josh Allen, he's had a season quietly.
he's doing his thing in Buffalo. He's just and James Cook, besides the fumbles, he's been really good this year. But they don't look.
Josh Allen has 12 rushing touchdowns, by the way.
Yeah, dude. Like
22 passing, 10 interceptions, 12 rushing touchdowns with 4 games to go. That's nuts, dude.
And then the Chiefs they missed the playoffs. You have Bengals, Joe Burrow got hurt.
Yep.
Eagles look like right now it's 6-10 going into halftime. Like they don't have a touchdown in the first half. Like what the and they just missed a field goal? Or what?
Did they?
Yeah, I think someone just said missed a field goal. Yeah. So yeah, the Eagles look like trash. 49ers are injury riddled. That's why the Rams, it's really just the Rams I look as like the best team. They're like they don't have really weaknesses. You could point out their secondary at times can be weak.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Besides that, look at besides the Rams, right? Take away the Rams. Who's another like clear cut? That team's legit. Patriots with the youngest roster in the league or whatever. Like, I don't know. Packers maybe up there, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? There's not really
it's not someone that stands out. Like
even in the AFC, like who the hell in the AFC you taking? I guess the Bills right now. Who the hell are you taking in the AFC? If the Patriots and Bills squared off, I'll take the Bills. I know they already squared off and they beat the Bills. But in a playoff situation with the experience, I'd probably take the Bills. But, even that's not guaranteed. So, yeah, it's a weird year in the NFL all around, dude.
Can I say this, too, with Josh Allen? He's on track to have better numbers than his MVP year.
Well, how many? What's he have passing touch? I haven't looked at any of his.
He's 22. He's on track to have 29. He still has 4 games left, so he probably get to 29, 30. Last year, he had 28 when he won MVP. He only had 100 passing yards last year. He's on track for over 4,000.
Yeah,
he already has more. I think he already has. He has like 50 away from rushing. He has the same amount of rushing touchdowns as last year. But Matthew Stafford's going to win it. He deserves it.
He
but
might be invited though. He might be invited to the as a
probably, yeah. He should be a finalist. I bet you he's second in odds right now. If you
I'll say Josh Allen ends the year with 29 touchdowns. I don't care what that receiving core. Add another. That's technically 40 touchdowns.
Yeah.
If you get 29 with that receiving core, dude, you're really getting like 39. That's ridiculous.
The thing with him, it's like, dude, he has 4 games left. He has 34 total touchdowns. Like he might have 50 total touchdowns at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the type. That's what he's on right now.
He has worse odds than Jordan Love to win MVP right now.
What? Jordan Love.
That's insane.
Jordan Love's 22.
Jared Goff has the 6th best odds to win MVP.
Jordan Love's not having a bad year by any means. I think who's more valuable? Josh Allen's more valuable.
It goes Matthew Stafford, Drake May, Jordan Love, Josh Allen, Bo Nix, and then Jared Goff.
You know what they're looking at? They're looking at Jordan Love's last 2 games against the Lions and the Bears, 2 teams with winning records, and he's had 7 touchdowns, 1 pick. Like he did play well in both those games, but that's really if you're talking from a year, like who's and he beat the Lions twice. Okay, cool. And he played well in both games, but he should be a finalist, but Josh Allen's been more impact. He means more to that team than I think Jordan Love does.
He has 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Like he hasn't.
Oliver,
you know who quietly is having a really good year? It's just the record.
Who?
Jared Goff.
Yeah, no, he's on pace for a career low in picks.
3,300 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. And he has the third best completion percentage in the NFL. That's with that game. Or no, second. Sorry, Tyler Huntley is number 1. That doesn't take. He's played 2 games. It's Drake May and then Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has the 3rd highest. Jared Goff should be a finalist for MVP again. He has the 3rd highest quarterback rating, or no, just passer rating. Sorry, only behind Matthew Stafford and Drake May. The 2. How does Jared Goff not have better odds than Jordan Love? I guess it's record.
It is
But-
head to head too. I mean, they swept the Lions.
He has a better passer rating than Jordan Love. More passing touchdowns than Jordan Love. One less interception than Jordan Love.
Mm.
Or one more interception. And he has more passing yards and a higher completion percentage.
Where's Drake
Literally.
May on that list? The MVP thing.
Second. It's literally the race right now. The race is essentially over. I think it's about, in my opinion, it's about who stays healthy down the stretch. Matthew Stafford is minus 160 and Drake May is plus 200. I think it just comes down to, and I knock on wood, because I was thinking about this. It's like with Jalen Hurts about 3 or 4 years ago when I said I thought he was going to win it. He just got hurt with like 3 games left. And then whoever was in second kind of just balled out. I think it was Lamar.
I mean, it's weird just from a passing touchdown standpoint. Like no one's at 30 touchdowns yet, but Stafford. I mean, he's at 35. The next closest, Dak and Jared tied for second with 26. So he's almost 10 above the next guy in passing touchdowns.
Nuts, dude. He'll probably win it as long as he doesn't get hurt. He's probably good to win it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jared's on track for 4,400 this year.
Drake May's been sacked 40 times.
That's nuts, actually.
Jared's been 27, Dak's 22. Yeah, Matthew 17 times. That's I didn't even see that. 40 times he's been sacked. Mahomes has been sacked 30. Josh Allen 30. Herbert 38. Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, I think Jared should be a finalist. He's playing well. By the way, drop your questions. You got 5 minutes left. If there's any thoughts, concerns, you can drop them in the chat here. By the way, Nick P says Josh Allen on the Packers. That team easily wins the Super Bowl. Jordan Love on the Bills. They would be a 5-win team.
I kind of agree. Not a 5-win team, but there's a drop off. I think a lot of teams. There's a lot of quarterbacks right now. If they win on the Bills, they wouldn't be good.
I think obviously Josh Allen's way better than Jordan Love. I'm not, but we have to be consistent with it though. Like Jordan Love doesn't have these number one wide receivers across the board either. You know what I'm saying? He's got good. Christian Watson's not a bad player, man. He's pretty good. But they don't have like a true number one alpha dog out there either. You know, he's throwing to frickin' and Tucker Kraft went down for the year. So got to give him credit. I mean, Dontavian Wicks beat the Lions. Like who? Like Dontavian Wicks.
Who? I'm just kidding now.
That's all I mean.
I bet on him to score a touchdown last night. He did not score one.
I know I had Watson starting in fantasy. He scored 2. Thank gosh.
By the way, we're in the playoffs. Our crunch time league. Me and you are facing each other in the first round. You are currently beating me.
Yeah, I checked. I had let me see. I got blown out in my other league bad. Let me see. I started Jane Daniels in that league. Guy stinks.
I can't believe they let him play, dude.
That's stupid, by the way.
Why did they let him come back?
That's ridiculous.
I think that's like the worst thing, dude. Because like even like I think it's crazy too. I think like betting and fantasy and things like that, but you essentially just tell like, you know, people put money on him, and he obviously wasn't fully good to come back.
Joe Burrow, I understand more so because of the talent on offense. Like you never know. Like, but Jane Daniels, that team is cooked.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
By the way,
that team is cooked, dude.
I cannot get over the fact, dude. And this is what I'm talking about when people are like, backup quarterbacks don't matter. If your quarterback gets hurt, you're done. I think it's the worst. I think it's the worst statement in football. Like when people say that.
No, I agree.
People say it a lot because if you look at the Bengals, man, they were 3-0 this year. They just lost, obviously, but they were 3-0 with Joe Burrow this year going into the Bills game. I think it was like 1-7 or 1-8. I think it was 1-8 without Joe Burrow.
Yep.
If you have just any sort of competent backup, and you win 4 games and you go 4-4 or 4-5 instead of 1-8,
looks a lot different.
Now you have 5. You have 4. You have 7 wins right now. You're sitting at 7 wins with a chance still to make a wild card. Like that's why when people say like if backups don't matter, like it's the worst, dude. And there's so many people in Detroit, like in the media and stuff, that throw that out there, that cover the team and talk about it. And they're just act like it's just such a nonchalant, like if Jared goes down, you're done. Like, dude, if Jared went down 7 games, you need to go 4-5, like 4-3, 3-4.
See, I think backups matter for the Joe Burrow situation. Like Joe Flacco actually played well.
It was too late. They got him he only got to play like 3 games.
Like Jake Browning, they sucked already beforehand. But I I'll say you're screwed if in like a Daniel Jones going out, they're screwed. Like they're
like if it's out for the season, you're probably done. But if it's a guy like Joe, like he had surgery, hey, he's down for 7 weeks. He's gonna get back. Like you need to be able to withstand and win a couple. You can't go 1 for 8, dude. You cannot go 1 for 8. You have to win a couple games. Give him a chance so he can come.
Oh, you back? I lost you for a second.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
We're good. All right. Yeah, by the way, I kept seeing this too. Chris Bird just said Washington the RG3 stuff. That's why you don't play Jane Daniels. God forbid the guy gets hurt again. Dude, he suffered an elbow injury in his non-throwing arm. I don't give a damn what happened. There's nothing to play like that dude. If anything, what's the benefit of him playing football? You know he's good. It's not like he needs reps. He's a good quarterback.
Let him take the year, man.
Yeah, I don't really understand that either, to be honest. That's how you get quarterbacks killed or injured. I don't know if YouTube, I can say, just gets killed, but yeah, injured. You get my point. Get him reps. Let's get out of here with that, man. It's stupid as hell. They want to get him reps. Come on, bro.
Does Ray Lewis have 2 championships?
He has at least. I don't know if he has. Does he have 2 Super Bowls? He has 2. Yeah, I remember he won. He was there in 2013. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, he has 2.
Does John Harbaugh have 2?
No, John has 1.
Who was the head coach of the Ravens? Wait, Ray Lewis was there in 2001?
Yeah, that was with like Shannon Sharp, and that's when they were freaking.
Oh, and Ray Lewis was the MVP.
Yep.
I didn't know Ray Lewis went back that far.
Yep. Brian Billick was the coach of the Ravens.
Yeah, I didn't know Ray Lewis was that old. He was drafted in 1996. Yeah, I had no clue, actually. Yeah, that's on me. Good for Ray Lewis, man. All-time legend.
Yeah, no question.
Deion was on that team?
Yeah, that defense was.
What a defense, dude.
Yeah. They were
That's insane, man. Who did they beat? Let me see. I just had it pulled up. Oh, guess who they beat? Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong year. That's not me. I got too excited. I got so excited. They beat the Giants.
He said I got too excited.
I saw Harbaugh on the losing side, and I thought John Harbaugh was on the coach of the other team. I was like, no way. Yeah, it's on me. Hand up.
Appreciate you all. We'll be back tomorrow. Man, I'm trying to reach out. I'm trying to get some more Rams guys on this week because it's a big game. So I reached out to old friends of ours that cover the Rams. So we'll stack up some good guests this week. We got John on Wednesday. We're reaching in our bag. We're gonna have some special guests planned over the next week or two. So tune in. Do we have someone tomorrow?
Corey, right?
Corey will be joining us tomorrow.
Corey tomorrow.
So we'll have him tomorrow, John Wednesday, and then we'll sprinkle in some new guys that haven't been on the show ever, I don't think. Some of the guys I'm reaching out to. So we'll see. But until tomorrow, appreciate you all as always. Buy your merchandise. It's Christmas coming up. Get your loved ones some Crunch Time sports gear. Okay. officialctsports.com. Subscribe. Hit the like button on the video. Hit that freaking like button for the fellas. Yep. Do it.
Hey, bro, can we get 100? Would be cool.
Do it. We have 70 people still in here. Hit the like button. Everyone that's leaving. Before you leave, just hit the like button and then you can go do whatever the hell you got to do. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Love you guys.